What if I told you that 15 minutes could change your day and 15 minutes compounded could change your life? Most people don't have a time management problem, they have a focus problem. I've been teaching this for 30 years, and using just 15 minutes, I have helped literally thousands of people take control of their business and their personal life with a program that I call the Power Hour. It can completely change how you manage your time, your income, and your life. So now we're going to dive into the Power Hour and help you take back control of your time and your income. Hi, everyone. I'm Belinda Ellsworth, and this is one of my absolute favorite topics to teach on. And why? Because literally, I have more testimonials back on this than any other program that I have taught. When speaking live at conferences, we literally get back thousands of testimonials from people saying, the Power Hour completely changed my business. And then, without me even realizing it, it changed our whole lives. So I'm really excited to share these tips with you today. Now, what we're going to do is talk about the concept of the Power Hour, and then we're going to have a really great offer for you at the end of this training. So I'm excited to dive in and get going on it. Now, the concept is, and we'll talk about it from a business perspective first, it is learning to power up 15 minutes, because it's really not just 15 minutes to work on something. It's how many 15-minute increments do you have in a day? And more importantly, how many 15-minute increments do you absolutely waste? A ton of them. If you've ever done a time audit on yourself or how you spend your day, you will actually be blown away at the amount of time that often is wasted. And where is it wasted? In those little snatches of time, in between maybe meetings, in between the transitioning of your day. It is lost so many different times throughout your day. And if you learned how to power those up, you would be blown away at what you can get accomplished. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is, why does it work? Well, it works because it really touches on all four principles of the foundational 4 pillars of success that we have talked about in previous videos. And that is focus, commitment, consistency, and organization. And this Power Hour embodies all 4 of those pillars of success and really helps you put them into action. Now, the first step that you want to do, and this is for business, the first step that you want to do is to identify what are your 4 income producing activities. Not busy work. So many people spend most of their day actually working in their business, not on their business. That means they're doing things like reading emails and filing and things that are important and things that do take some time, but not the things that are income producing, that are going to be the driver that pushes your business forward. And most people haven't even sat and really identified what are your 4 income producing activities and where are your streams of income coming from. So we're going to talk about that in another video this week about those streams of income. But right now, what we want to talk about is, how do you make income? How do you earn revenue through your business? And those are the activities that we want to put an emphasis on. So the concept of the Power Hour is you're just going to spend on your business at least 1 hour working on your business, meaning moving your business forward. You'll probably have to spend time working in your business as well, just on things that need to be taken care of, obviously. But it's that thinking, it's brainstorming, it's creating leads, it's making calls, it's doing all networking. It's all the things that you need to do to actually move your business forward. So the first thing that you're going to do, because everybody's business is different, is you're going to identify what are my 4 income producing activities. Now, I would have to say that no matter what type of business that you have, one of those is going to be customer care. It's just how it is. Customer follow-up, customer journey, whatever you want to call it. It is acquiring those new customers. It is onboarding those new customers and continuing to follow up with those customers. So that's a customer journey, and that's income producing, creating relationships, building on reoccurring income from those customers. That is an important piece, because also when people feel connected to you, when they like you, when they know you, they trust you, they will refer you to others. And those referrals can certainly be a really nice stream of income. Absolutely. So the first thing you're going to do is identify what your 4 income producing activities are. And then you are going to give each one of those 15 minutes of your undivided attention, no matter what. 15 minutes of your undivided attention, no matter what. Now, why is this important? This is important because you want to do these things for 15 minutes, no matter what. And oftentimes the thing that might be hard or that might be difficult or that is uncomfortable or you don't feel like doing, you just choose to leave it out. And so then it never gets done. And if you want to know, in the research that I've done, the surveys that I've done, the one that people want to leave out every single time is customer care or customer service. So I'm always like, this is such a big component of keeping your customers that you have, acquiring new customers, and yet people want to leave it out. And what's their number one reason or excuse when I'm doing these focus groups? What's your number one reason for leaving it out? Is they always say, I just run out of time. I don't have time. And that's not true at all. It's that you choose to not make the time for it. Anything that you're not doing, it's probably because it feels uncomfortable, you're not sure of yourself in it, you don't want to feel pushy, or all the other things that go along with running and operating a business. It might be hard, and that is uncomfortable for you. So what we want to do is we want to spend at least 15 minutes on all 4 of these components. When you do this, you will create good habit patterns, and you are focusing on one income activity at a time, so that we're not like just spinning our wheels working on a variety of different things all day long, never getting and creating any momentum. Remember, momentum is gold, and that's what we are trying to create more than anything else with our businesses. And one of the ways to do that is by continuing to work on the same activity for at least 15 minutes. Now, what a lot of people do, I always tell them, start with the 15 and do all 4 until that becomes a habit. And then if you're on a roll and you want to work on it 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that's great, depending on how much time in a day that you have to work on your business. But you want to start with that minimum of 15 minutes. So if you have lead calls that you want to make, what's really great about it is you will make those lead calls, and by doing it one after the other for the 15 to 20 minutes, we'll just say 15 to 30 minutes, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get more comfortable in your word choices. You are going to start to speak smoother, and people are going to respond to you better. You are going to start to get feedback, and you'll see what works and what doesn't. And so that when you get on a roll, have you ever heard that saying? I'm sure you have. That's exactly what happens. And then you get better. And as you get better, what also grows? Your confidence level. So for people that are like, oh, just calling people makes me so nervous. Well, pretty soon it doesn't. And doing customer care, you'll see the value in it, and you won't feel pushy. You will feel like, wow, this is so awesome, and I value my customers so much, and I'm so glad they're responding so well to me. Like, it will be just this huge aha moment for you that is actually sort of amazing. So that is the basic concept. Our 4 income producing activities. We're going to give each of them 15 minutes of our undivided attention, no matter what. And then as you get more comfortable with those things, then you are going to maybe extend that time a little bit, depending on the amount of time that you have to work on your business. Now, the one thing that I like to do with people is time audits and say, okay, I want you to sit down. I want you to write out like where you spent your time in a day. And it's mind blowing at how much time you waste. So when you think of just 15 minutes to power up 15 minutes in your day, that is like incredible. So how many 15-minute increments do you have? Well, in a 24-hour period of time, you've got 96. 96, that's a lot. Now, we're going to take out 8 hours for getting a good night's sleep and getting rest, right? So if we take 8 hours out, we still have 64 opportunities. And I'll bet you that there is a ton of time that you're literally not doing much, or you're doing busy work that doesn't produce revenue. And that is the key. Now, I want you to think about those 15 minutes. Those 15 minutes, like for me, it's a lot of times I get ready to leave for the airport, and then now I get ready earlier than I thought. I'm all packed, I'm ready to go, and I suddenly look at the clock and I've got time before I actually need to leave. I have literally cleaned my entire kitchen, and I'm talking unloading the dishwasher, loading the dishwasher, wiping down all of the counters, and sometimes even sweeping the floor quickly in 15 minutes. And yet we let things pile up so that they take us so much longer. If you just took 15 minutes to clean down your kitchen every single day, your kitchen would always be neat as a pin. But we don't. Now we're getting into personal life, but this is where these 15-minute increments that you have throughout your day and evening that you could get an amazing amount of stuff done in your day. So that's the idea. Now, I have literally trained this. I've gone into an organization. I've trained the Power Hour with business. And I've said you can also use this in your personal life, because as I was training it for business, I started getting people writing me long emails. I'm not kidding. And some were cards that I got in the mail with long testimonials in them that I saw you. I started using this in my Power Hour. I started using this in my business. And then I started using it like this in my personal life. People shared stories of putting their children to bed using a Power Hour system. I've had people share working on their family's finances with using the Power Hour system. I've had people tell me they've used the Power Hour 15-minute increments to clean their house, and you can use 15 minutes to actually do a workout. And in our course, we have 8 different modules, and we actually go into details on each one of these subjects so that you can master this and actually learn more how to apply this to your business and to your life. I had gone in and spoken at a conference, and then it was in Calgary. And then I went back 6 months later, and it was an open event that was open to anybody that wanted to come. And one of the ladies that had attended the conference 6 months earlier came. And so she came, and I was in the back of the room, and I was greeting people and talking to people at the end of the seminar. And I could see that she was just kind of hanging around. And she said, do you need help packing up your things? That is always a huge indicator that somebody has something personal that they really want to share with you. They're kind of hanging back from everybody else. And I said, absolutely, you can help me pack up. I'll never turn down help to pack up. So she's standing there and she says, I just want you to know that I saw you 6 months ago, and I went home, and my business wasn't doing well. My marriage wasn't doing well. I have 3 kids under the age of 5. It's like crazy time at our house. And I just felt completely out of control. So as I left here, the one thing that I thought I could do is I could implement this Power Hour. And she said, I implemented it for my business. That was number 1. Because I started focusing on income producing activities, I started making more money with my business. Things started to grow. Things started to change. And my husband was actually so much happier that my business was actually seeing some success. we decided then that finances was a very difficult thing for us. We struggled with our finances, and money was always a real, sort of thorn in our sides, and we'd always end up having arguments over it. And we never had time to sit down. We always waited till things got really stressful with the money situation. So we started spending, once a week, sometimes a couple of days a week, we would spend 15 minutes going over our bills, going over what things were due, when they were due, who was paying it, and where the money was coming from. And suddenly it became almost a lot more fun for us to figure out our finances instead of waiting to the last minute in a panic on what are we going to do. We then started implementing the power hour as a fun way to put our kids to bed every night. And I have to tell you, and she's crying. She's standing at my table and she's crying. And she said, you completely changed our lives. My business, my marriage, my kids, and making bedtime a fun time instead of the most dreaded time of the day. And I said, I didn't do that. I gave you the tool. I gave you the resource. You did that yourself. You put it into action. And I can give you tools here. You can watch these videos, and I can give you lots of tools. But until you decide to put them into action, it's when you actually say, I can do this. I can move my business forward. I can work on the things that are hard. Then you're going to start to see a change. Some people, they know that they need to work out, but that's always the extra, and they never find the extra time. But if you designated 15 minutes to working out, whether it's 15 minutes on strength training or 15 minutes on, cardio, anything, it's a good place to get started. Now, the great thing about that power hour, my friends, is if you want to sit down in 1 hour straight, you can do that. But you can break that up. Don't let that be your excuse to not do it. You can say, I've got 15 minutes first thing in the morning. This is what I'm going to do. Then I've got 15 minutes. I'll do it here. 15 minutes. I'll spend time here. When social media first became such a, big, powerful thing, and everybody was working on it, and I was working on it and growing my followers, and I was overwhelmed with all of it. It's like we went from 0 to 5,000 people like almost overnight. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it was challenging, and you can get sucked in and you can waste so much time. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to create a power hour with my social media. And so I started spending 15 minutes in the morning, kind of looking through my feed, and then sending some DMs to some people that I wanted to wait to see if I would hear from them by the rest of the day. And then I if I saw somebody post, I'd comment on their post. Like I just spend 15 minutes or so going through that first thing in the morning. And then I wouldn't look at it again until noon. And then I would check it in 15 minutes. I would go in and say, oh, has anybody responded to my direct messages? And then I would always make a post first thing in the morning. I forgot that part. And so then I would see, did anybody make a comment on my post that I would need to then respond to that comment? Because that's where you get real engagement. So at noon, I would do that. I would do that again quickly around 5 o'clock. And then at night, around 10 o'clock at night, that's when I would scroll and have fun with it, and like watch silly videos and do whatever else, because otherwise it eats up too much of your day. So then when I was able to discipline myself like that, I actually got things done with social media instead of just wasting time on social media. So I hope that this is helpful to you. I know that honestly, it has been helpful to literally thousands of people that I have taught this to. And I had a course for many, many years, and then the course kind of became obsolete because it needed to be updated. It needed to be in a new format. It needed to be in a digital format. And so I am really excited to say that we have completely redone our Power Hour program, and it is now available for sale. So it is an 8-module training that you get via a digital training, and it covers 8 of these modules that I've talked about today. You know, your income producing activities, how you figure those out, how you spend your 15 minutes. It will talk about those 4 pillars of success and how they apply to this Power Hour system. That's all. 4 modules are totally about your business. And then 4 modules will give you some terrific ideas on other ways that you can use this and give you tons of real life examples on how you can power up your time to be more efficient, more productive, and make more revenue. So the course is only $49, and that's actually what I sold it for 4 years. When I came out with it, I think in 2000 was the first time that we actually created a program and you actually got real CDs. So that's why I had to revamp the whole thing, right? And it was $49 then. So now you are going to get the 8-module course. And then you are also, which I have talked about, and I'm super excited, you're going to get this timer. And so this is our 15-minute sand timer. And it says 15 minutes to change your day, 15 minutes to change your life. So you will get the timer. You know what? It's a nice decor piece on your desk, but it actually serves a purpose to remind you it's time to work on my next activity so that you don't leave things out. You are also going to get some worksheets that help you keep track of those 4 income producing activities, your leads that you have in that category, and we will give you those worksheets. We're also going to give you a blank monthly calendar that you can fill in each month that has space for accountability. So you are going to get the modules, you are going to get this awesome glass timer, you are going to get the worksheets, you're going to get the calendar that you can download every single month, and which creates accountability. And you're also going to get our Post-it notes of your top 10 things to do. That's going to also be helpful to you with that focus. And you'll get some bookmarks that are really nice if you want to save a page and something else that you're reading or notebooks that you're using. And you will get a nice motivational stylus pen. So gosh, it is a really nice, awesome little package for just $49. So check it out in the description. The link there to order is there. And I hope that you will join thousands of others in starting to really move your business forward using this incredible program. Thanks so much, everyone, and we will see you later this week.